Hello, hey everyone, how are you all doing? And just want to say, you all have been amazing throughout this series. Hey, my people on YouTube, you all have been joining in and joining the comments and loving it. Hey, my LinkedIn family, you all know I love you all. I've been on LinkedIn for so long. You all have been showing me so much love. And so this topic came up because this is another one that's been in my inbox, right? About like, hey, Latrice, I should be further along in my career. What should I do next? Like everyone's like, I should be further along. I don't know what to do. I can help everybody else. If you've ever had those thoughts, like I should be further along in my career. I should be more advanced. Got my notes here. I'm like, what else other thoughts that I've heard? What should I do next? I'm not where I thought I would be in my career. If you have thought that, or you know somebody who has thought that or said that out of their mouth, this is for you. Go ahead. Also, be sure to tag them in the comments. Let me introduce myself. If you're new to my channel and to the show, hey, I am Latrice Huff, career and leadership coach to ambitious women of color. And it is my mission, my movement to put more women of color in positions of power and leadership roles. And I do that, one way I do that is by helping women of color land six-figure promotions. Woo woo. So, this is the 7-day series. We're on day 6 of our 7-day series of how to land a six-figure promotion as a woman of color. And I'm giving you all practical tips, tricks, and secrets, things that I only teach my paying clients to help you all land these six-figure promotions. I am also enrolling for my signature program, the Fearless Branding Formula. That is if you want to work with me directly and be in a community of other like-minded women. In that program, we help you increase your salary by $20,000 to $50,000, yes, and land a six-figure promotion in 90 days, regardless of the job market. I know, fire, right? And we do that all with your personal brand. That is the skill that I teach, right? Is personal branding, because personal branding is $1 million skill. Keep that in mind, because as I go through, you guys, and as I'm sharing kind of what you should do, this piece about personal branding is going to come in, right? All right. So if you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I'm still going through all the comments. So if you all have been commenting, I am going to be personally responding to all of those. I'm still doing that. You can also feel free to DM me. If you're like, hey, oh, I did have a couple messages about enrolling in the program. So if you'd like to speak with me directly before you enroll, you can book a call with me at calendly.com, Latrice/FBF. Here's the thing. People have been messaging me saying like, Latrice, there are no slots left in December, or there are no slots left after 5 p.m. So I opened up 2 more days of slots, 2 more days. One day I opened up after 5 p.m., which I think is tomorrow, if you need a slot after 5 p.m. And then I opened up another day. So if you're like, Latrice, I want to work with you, I want to talk to you, go ahead and book a call with me now, because they are very quickly booking up. This is a free consult. I'm going to identify 3 problems that you're having, and that's going to be your six-figure plan that we're going to work through in the program. Okay. So do not wait. Don't be like, I'm gonna wait till the holidays over. Big mistake, because these slots are booking up, and I do not do these all the time. So I do them because I'm enrolling right now. So I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Okay, we're gonna get right into it. So again, if you've been like, hey, if you've told yourself this, or even somebody else, like, I should be further along. I'm not where I thought I would be at in my career. Like, how do I get to the next level? What, like, or here's another one. What am I doing wrong? That's what I get. We throw our hands up. Well, Latrice, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'm like, what if you're doing nothing wrong? Right? So let's just attack all of those. I want to really talk about this because, one, should is a shame word. Anytime you're telling yourself you should be doing something, just know you are shaming yourself. I want you to know that. Just know you're shaming yourself. And when we're shaming ourselves, here's the thing. Let's check the comments, you guys, because sometimes I can't always see them on my screen. When we are shaming ourselves, no productive ideas are coming from that. We could just be in a loop of feeling shame, guilt, embarrassment, all of these feelings that, and here's the thing, temporarily we're like, no, it's helping, it's not helping you. It's not helping you get to your goal. It's not helping you get to the next level in your career. And you know what happens when you're thinking, I should be further along. I'm not where I thought I would be or where I should be at this time. And we always tie into a time or an age or something like that, right? What am I doing wrong? I shouldn't be here. All these things, these should, nothing but shameful thoughts. We're feeling shamed. We're feeling embarrassed. We're feeling like, a failure, like I'm not where I should be, right? And I'm just checking my notes. Some of the actions I've seen you all do, and I want to know if this is you, if this is you, no worries, I've been there before, right? What you do is either you don't touch your resume, right? And you say, oh, I can't find any jobs because I didn't update my resume. So you don't touch it at all. Or you continuously fiddle and do things and never apply to roles, right? And never apply. And you just look, how many of y'all got tabs open right now as we speak? Got tabs open, not to not apply to their job. Didn't apply to any jobs. Just got tabs open, right? Going to a job you hate, right? Or even if you've been laid off, I seen this was about people that get laid off. They're applying for everything. Talking about, I'm just pregnant. I'm just want to see what I can get. No, no, it's because you're in that cycle of like shame, embarrassment, fear, all these things, and you think it's giving you good ideas, but it's not. Here's another thing I've seen that you all do. You'll scroll LinkedIn and only look at the negative stuff. Now, I'm posting testimonials every single day, every single week. I see other people like, oh, I'm getting hired, posting all this great stuff. And what you'll find is like, yeah, and I scroll LinkedIn, everybody say it's a tough job market. And this one person said they done try everything and they done been looking for 12 months. We don't know that situation. We don't know if they ain't listen. We don't know. People like, I applied to hundreds of jobs. That could be that problem right there. But you taking this in, and I talked to you yesterday about, or was it the a couple days ago, about like filtering your feed, curating your feed. That is the one thing I do teach my clients, and I recommend that you do it right now, especially over the holidays. You should be curating your feed. All that negative stuff, again, it's not helpful. It's not bringing you any closer to getting your ideal role. All right. Hey, Mika. Thank you for joining in. Give me a hashtag live. Thank you. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments. But thank you. I love it when you all join in. I can see when people are watching, but I love the comments too. Y'all know I love interaction. So I love the comments, right? So another thing I notice you all are doing is like just getting more and more degrees, right? Certifications, degrees, PhD, like we're just getting more and more and more because we're feeling like I'm not enough. And when you get those things under, when you're feeling not enough or in the thought of I should be further, it's not actually satisfying you. That's why you have to get something else. When what we should be doing is leveraging what we have, and if we want or need something else, once your thoughts are clearer, then you can realistically be like, oh, well, maybe I only need this one certification, or maybe I don't need any certifications, or maybe I can negotiate the certification into the offer. This is what I have a lot of my clients do. Maybe I can negotiate them paying for my degree inside the offer, right? But some of you all have everything in the world. Like you can't even get. I told my one client, I said, you're checking so many boxes, you making up boxes to check, right? And it's like because we're not feeling enough and not leveraging what we have. Okay. So then as a result of you all doing all of that, what happens is you're stuck. You're in the same spot that you were last year. And here it is, the end of 2023, and you're still telling yourself these shameful thoughts. I should be further. Why am I not further? I can do this for everybody else, right? And then you're stuck. And then another year goes by, and another year goes by, and another year goes by. So if you're like, okay, Latrice, I got you. What should I do next? The answer is simple, but it may be hard to hear. You need to rebrand. I am so serious. I've been talking to so many people. as I've been enrolling for my program, and I would say 90% of y'all, I'm like, you need to rebrand, you need to rebrand, you need to rebrand. It's not even that you don't have a brand. You do have a brand. You need to be rebranding in 2024. If you don't want your 2024 to be exactly the same as 2023, then you need to rebrand. You need to do something different. You need to think differently. You need to speak differently. You need to show up differently. Your actions need to be different. If you're like, no, if the only thing you're going to do is get a degree and a certification, and that's the same thing you've been doing year after year after year after year, we got to try something different. We got to try something different. It's not working. So this is what happens when I see people who wake up and they've been in the same company 10, 15, 20 years and stagnant income growth, stagnant career growth, and like little to no significant income growth. And I hate to see that for you all because you're so talented. You're so amazing. I know if I always say I attract a certain type of person, usually A-type personalities, very ambitious women of color, right? So you're ambitious and then you don't understand why you're actually stuck because you've gotten yourself pretty far with just hard work and muscling through. And then at some point, it's the success that was going like this, it's now like small increments of success, right? And it's really because right now you need a significant rebrand. We need to rebrand in 2024. This is how we're gonna do it. Let me just tell you this. If you're like Latrice, how do I know if I need a rebrand? I got a little checklist. If you're in a toxic environment, you need to rebrand. If you have been with the same job and or company for 10, really 5, but 10, 15, 20 years, you need a rebrand. Your brand is now tied to that company or that job or that role, and you need a rebrand. If you want a career change, you need to rebrand. If you want to go further in your career, you need to rebrand. All right. Do we all hear the theme here? So we're rebranding in 2024. I think I mentioned the other day that we're going to be talking about the the peaceful pledge, the peaceful pledge in 2024. Like we are pledging to something different, but it's going to start with you. So I have my little notes here. One, in order to rebrand, you need to change who you think you are. No more. I'm confident, but I'm not going after what I want. It's okay to be like, you know what? I'm confident in some areas of my life, but other areas I may need a boost. Right? We got to get real about where our gaps are so they can be filled. A lot of times I hear people say, I'm great at interviewing. And I'll say, well, when was the last time you interviewed? They'd be like 2 years ago. And then I'll say, when was the last time you had a successful interview, meaning you got the offer? And they'll be like 10, 15 years ago. Then you need interview prep. Let's fill in the real gaps versus getting more degrees. And again, I love degrees and certifications. I got a ton myself, right? So I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. I'm saying when we want to significantly move the needle and we've tried everything else, what if we try something different? And it's like, well, how can we fill in that gap? And sometimes it means challenging who you think you are. If your brain is telling you you're a failure, then you may need to challenge that and say, okay, how can I list all my successes? One of the exercises I love giving my clients is the 25 reasons why. Hey, come up with 25 reasons why you're ready for the next level. Come up with 25 reasons why you're ready for a $50,000 increase. Come up with 25 reasons why you're ready for that leadership role. Challenge what your brain is telling you and who you think you are. We need to start there and challenge that and thinking differently about ourselves. Then we can get real about, okay, what are my real gaps? And like, what are just some things I kind of just made up and filled in that aren't really going to move the needle for my career? Right. So this is when I talk about rebrand. Again, who do you think you are? And a lot of times that's like, I need to change my self-identity. We think rebrand is pictures. I told somebody this and they were like, oh, so I'm going to change my profile picture. I was like, no. Okay. Now, pictures are a part of it. To me, changing your pictures and your visual is like the final piece of the rebrand. Like, I don't know if you also, I got some new pictures. I got the crown. I got everything. I got very clear about my mission, my movement, what I wanted to do, who I wanted to talk to, how I wanted to show up. The vision was so clear. I knew everything, right? The only thing I didn't see was that pink outfit. My daughter picked that out. I wasn't too much a fan at first, right? But everything else I saw, and it was so clear. And I was like, okay, now we can bring this to fruition. So we're not going to start with the branding photos. We're not going to start with the headshots, right? Please don't. I've seen people do it. Please don't start with that. That's not a real rebrand. That's the easiest piece. That's like, oh, I'm going to do this, right? That's not going to actually move the needle for you. Changing your self identity to like that person who already has it. Like, I'm already in a leadership role. No matter where physically you're at, you're like, I'm going to go in here. I have a wonderful job. I'm already in a six-figure position, and I call it your six-figure identity. And you are showing up real in that six-figure identity, right? Your vision will come from that. It will be amazing. Like, and one of the things I do, I'm like, just test it out. Just test it out. Like, how would six-figure you look at this job ad? How would leadership you speak to the team? Right. And I actually have my clients do these exercises where I'm like, okay, for a week, I want you to act like you're the chief people officer. Anytime somebody contacts you, like, ask you a question, give them that answer from your perspective of a chief people officer. It works amazing. They have these identity shifts, right? And then the number two, we need to be changing our thoughts. So once we shift that self identity, we need to change our thoughts in this dialogue that we're having with ourselves. I have had, on average, this month, probably about 2 to 3 calls a day with different women of color. And I love you all. I'm a Black woman. I solely work with women of color. I do work with other people in my private business, but for my group, it's just women of color. And what I've noticed is sometimes we can be so negative to ourselves. It's been times I've literally had to stop people in the car and it's like, hey, would you talk to your friend like this? Like, the way you're talking about yourself in such a negative way. Would you talk to anyone else that way? And usually they're like, no. I'm like, I can't even allow you to continue the conversation speaking about yourself like this. So we have to change those thoughts that are telling us I should be further, instead of like, I can advance in my career quickly. You see, like it just shifts everything. But we have to watch what we're allowing our own brains to give us, because sometimes your brain lies. That's why I was like, you need to challenge who you think you are. If your brain is giving you lies, you need to be like, brain, you lying. But we really need to change the way we are thinking about ourselves, about our situation, but especially if you have that negative self talk. That was something I struggled with, you guys. Okay. So I want to go ahead. I want to check the comments, because sometimes I see it on my phone too, you guys. I see like things happening during on my phone, but I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And I got all the comments from like YouTube. Okay. And then again, if you all are like, hey, Latrice, I want to chat with you. Keep in mind, like I said, right now, I just opened 2 more days in December, and that is it to speak to me. However, if you're like, Latrice, I'm picking out what you're putting down. I definitely want to work with you. You can go to sixfigurepromotion.com, and I'll put that in the notes and in the comments. You can go to sixfigurepromotion.com. You can read all about the program. And if you want to enroll right then and there, you can enroll directly. And if you see the buttons and you're like, oh, I have some questions, you can book a call with me. But if you are ready, you can go ahead and enroll. We have an option for a payment plan through my company, or you can pay in full. And we recently partnered with Affirm, you guys. They have been doing amazing things with these payment plans, and people are getting payment plans for as low as $104 a month. Literally $26 a week. I call it Chick-fil-A money. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't even know that it was that low, but you could get a payment plan for that, right? So you can go ahead and enroll and then book a call with me and we can still chat. And I offer a guarantee. So the guarantee is not like, hey, I'm going to promise you a job, because I'm not God, but the guarantee is that you're going to know everything you need to do for your specific case, for your specific situation, to land a six-figure promotion and increase your salary $20,000 to $50,000, right? So it is a risk-free investment. And I'm just saying this just in case you you aren't able to get the call with me this month. Like I said, I just added two, and I know that's for tomorrow and I think the 31st. Those are the only days that I have open in December. But I want you all to start working on your career now. You should be start moving now. Don't wait till January, because that's what everybody's saying and that's what everybody's doing, and it's going to be increased competition. Now is the perfect time. And we have a whole self identity workshop in the program, which is amazing. People have said that that self identity workshop is worth the entire program, like the value of the entire program. It's amazing. Okay. So I wanted to put that out there. Let me go ahead and finish. This is another one. Oh, okay. I'm hurry up, but I'm gonna touch some toes on this one. You may have to get a different tribe. When we talking about rebranding, getting a different tribe is part of it. This is why I love the Fearless Branding Formula. It has that sense of community built in. But as I've been talking to you, you all, so many of you have confided in me that your tribe, that somebody close to you in your close network has told you directly, you will never have a six-figure promotion. You won't make it. Or be grateful for what you have. Why can't you be content? Why are you still striving for more? Like, where's that mentality coming from? And it seeps inside, or like your salary range is too high. And we think like, oh, I'm not paying attention to them, but it's seeping in your subconscious. You are paying attention, whether you want to or not. It's seeping in. So you need a different tribe where women are going to be pouring into you, right? Instead of you always giving, giving, giving. Sometimes you're going to need to be poured into, and you're going to need a community of like-minded women where you all are all going towards the same goal. Even if your situations are slightly different, you're going towards the same goal. And you know, all of these women are ambitious women of color. So seriously, it is nothing wrong. Like, if you have somebody that just can't see, right? That's nothing wrong. That's their own blindness. They can't see. It doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means they may have never seen it. And that's on them. But you need to then, it is now your responsibility, honestly, to adjust your tribe. You can still have those people and still be like, I love them. I care for these people. They're in my life. And I need another tribe and another community where I'm going to be poured into, and that these people believe in my goals. So that when you say the salary of 125, they're like, oh, yeah, absolutely. You can do that. Or when you say the salary of like 150, they're like, of course, or 200. I have women making 300. I have some of my clients that are business owners making upwards of 500,000 a year. Black women, right? So of course you can make six figures and you can get that promotion, and you can do it in a way that feels good. You can do it with a company that values you and a role that you love, right? And a lot of times, sometimes people tell us things that they haven't experienced. So if somebody's telling you, oh, you can't make six figures, and they've never made six figures, you got to think about where this is coming from. So when I say a different tribe, hear me out. I'm not saying get rid of that tribe. I'm saying you need another tribe in addition to that, that's going to pour into you, be supportive, understand you're on a move, you're on a mission to make six figures and have a better life, right? And have a better life. And that's okay. If I cannot stress this enough, it is okay. And I did a whole post about this. It is okay to be like, I am grateful for what I have and I want more. So okay. You can be like, I'm so blessed and I know that I'm going to be blessed with even more abundance. It's okay. All right. So I just wanted to say that. Oh, and then this is going to be my last one about how you're going to be rebranding in 2024. You will actually show up differently, meaning the way you speak, your confidence, the way you walk. Here now, okay, we can be doing the pictures, like visually, we're going to be different. Maybe your hair is different. When I was working for my previous company and I had decided, I was like, yeah, I didn't call it a rebrand. What did I call it? I think I was like, I'm going to show up differently. And I had just found out about personal branding and like, all these things. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I bought this jacket. It was like this red business jacket. I don't know. It was like red and pleat. Yeah, you couldn't tell me I wasn't like the next Oprah $1 billion black woman. You couldn't tell me nothing, right? And I had my little kitten heels on, my little pants with this little thing. And it it was like, what do you call it? Like it looked like a rain jacket, but not. I can't remember what you call it. It's got the collar. Since then, I still remember. I put that bad boy on. You couldn't tell me nothing. I walked in there again, just a jacket. I walked in, and everybody noticed. Everybody noticed. The jacket was the last piece. I had already been working on my identity, on my brand. I had already been working on these things. The external, the jacket, the visuals, pictures, those are the last pieces, you guys. And I saw this vision of me in my mind in that jacket walking in. I knew I was going to be the star. For like 2 months, I would get compliments on that jacket. And I think it was the jacket, but it was also my confidence. Like I was showing up differently. So you have to show up differently, physically and mentally. People will notice, your boss will notice, your colleagues will notice, your team members will be like, okay, it's something different about you. Okay. Like your family will notice in a good way. In a good way. Okay. So I wanted to say that this is where you want new pictures, get the new pictures. But I wouldn't make that the first piece. Like get the vision clear, have that identity set. Then it's like, oh, you know what? I'm in all black or I'm in gold. Or you know what? I got the confidence to rock bubblegum pink and my my photo shoot, right? With a crown. Okay. Like then it's all coming together. But we are rebranding in 2024. If you are not where, and I'm going to say, if you are not where you want to be, not should, if you're not where you want to be in your career, let's work together. I invite you to join me in either the Fearless Branding Formula or my private coaching. If you're like, hey, Latrice, I need leadership or executive coaching, I have a couple spots left at the end of the year for private coaching as well. You can still go ahead and book a call with me on the same link. Or again, you can go to sixfigurepromotions.com. But if you want to talk to me about services in general and know like, hey, should I do private coaching or the Fearless Branding Formula, book a call with me at calendarly.com, Latrice /Latrice/FBF, right? So you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this. Give me a tag, give me a shout out, hit me in my DMs. Y'all know hashtag live, my live people, hashtag replay, the people that have been watching the replay. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see how you all are going to rebrand yourselves in 2024. Yes. Good night. Good night. You all have a wonderful, wonderful night.